I do that, but I get so frustrated about my drafts, telling myself I can do better and end up 10 rough sketches before I'm happy. But then I'm tired. I am exactly the same way. Line arting is the most stressful process for me. It takes such a long time compared to my coloring. It just really tires me out. So it's not only you. But the thing is like I feel like sketching is the most important part of the whole thing because like it's where you get your details and stuff at. So this is like when you start when you need to start practicing. See where you see what you like. Like don't always do the same thing over and over again. Like literally take some time. This is what I actually do. An hour or two a day. I actually look up guides and I go and practice the guides. I try new things. I try my best to get out of my comfort zone. Because if I keep doing the same thing over and over again, yeah, I'll progress in some way, but there's gonna be times where I don't know where to progress. So, so when I do tutorials and stuff, it actually like shows me different things. It moves my hand in ways that I don't like. I've never moved them before, and it might feel better on my hands because like there was a time where I was pressing down so hard where like it was really hurting my hand, and then with me messing with the brushes and stuff, like there was to the point where I can set it to where I want it and I don't have to press so hard. So it's all knowing your program, the techniques that you use and all that stuff. So just practice. And then honestly, I'm not saying to completely 100% steal somebody's style, but practice. Try copying them. See why it works for them, and then slowly combine stuff, and then do your own thing, and then you'll eventually start your own style. I have one interesting problem. When I do rough sketch, it looks nice, but when I make line art, it looks like poop. I was exactly the same way. Let me get my shit out. Like, look at this line art. Like, it was so... Like, you guys, I don't think you guys will be able to see it, but I can't zoom in any more than I can. But like, I can see right there where I miss edges. And then, look, like right there, the lines aren't connecting. And then right here, it's so long and thin, like there's no definition in the line arts. Like, it's all practice. You have to find the correct settings for you. And then this one, like, it's a little bit better, but the thickness is like all different and stuff. Like this part right here is all jaggedy. Ugh. This part's fat, while this part's thin. So like you're not the only one. Can't stay up tonight since I'm going to my aunt's tomorrow and it's already 5 a.m. Night. Was fun watching. Have a good one, Smexy Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think I got everything. Besides this part, but I'll do it last. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to teach you guys my style the best way that I can. But try not to follow it 100% because I'm not saying my way is right, but I'm not saying my way is wrong either. So just take into account what I'm doing, but yeah. It's almost 8 a.m. here. I haven't slept yet. Alright. So So the first step I want to do is the skin. Now, there is 2 ways that I do the skin. It just depends on what style of shading that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the first one that I rarely use, but it's still going to be there. Now, this right here is the marker tool. And I'm going to go ahead and shade. Like you can see how it's light, like it doesn't color too much. So what I do is that I go to white, I hit the pen tool, and then I color the skin white. After I color the skin white, I'm going to go to my blend mode. There are different versions of Psy, so I'm not sure what it's called on that version, but it's the one where you get to change the opacity stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing on all sides, which you're going to hit multiply. So now it looks back to normal, and then now if you see me color, it's darker. So then I start shading. But the thing is that I don't use the marker tool anymore, but I know a lot of people that still uses it. So that's one way of coloring. So So the way that I now color is that I go ahead and get my base color, I take my pen tool, and then I just add where I think... Oh, I'm sorry, let me go ahead and go back. I go to wet edge. Again, I'm not sure what version of Psy you have, so it might be different. I go to fringe, and the size will be 1, the contrast will be 100. So I'm going to go ahead and add places where I think the shading should be. For the follow, pizza dude. Since this is the first amount of shading, I'm not too worried about the accuracy of the shading, because I'm gonna be blending out more anyways with more colors. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the lighting is going to come from up here. Wait, how to paint so you don't mess the other parts? When, for example, you do skin, you select and fill it, you must do it on the example layer too. Okay, no problem. Now, what are you going to do is you're going to make a new layer over the base layer of the skin. I'll do this. Mercy. Okay. So this is my base skin layer right here. I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer. I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer, and then I'm going to hit layer clip, which is right here. And what the layer clip does, it lets me color where the under layer is, only in the under area. Now, if you're the type of person that likes to color on one layer, then you can go ahead and hit opacity lock on your base layer. And then by hitting opacity lock, you're going to be coloring on the same layer as well. Does that make sense? Like, let me know if you don't understand that part. So, opacity lock allows you to color on the base layer, and then layer clip allows you to color on a new layer, but still stay in the area that's in the base layer under it. When you made the base layer, what do you mean from there? The base layer as in like the base color skin. The base layer is the base color. So the base color of this one is the skin, and then the base color of the one is the purple. Yeah, I make layers on for different colors, and then I call them the base layer because it's basically the foundation of what you're going to be coloring, thus base. So that's what I meant by that. I mean, do you do it when you select it and filled? I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. And no, don't be sorry. Like, I want to help. I'm just, you know, on no hours of sleep, so I'm kind of slow. When I was selecting and filling, yes, that's when I was doing the base layers, if that's what you're asking. Alright, so after I do basically the basic lining of where I want to start shading, the main tool that I use for my blending is the water tool. It took me a long time to choose the settings that I have for these water tools. If you guys are interested in the water tool, I mean, like my settings for Psy, let me know, and later on today I'll go ahead and post it on my Facebook or Twitter.